Hey there, gang. This is White Panther coming to you from Tucson, Arizona with episode 1 of volume 2 of our video series, Inside the Panther's Lair. Today we'll be talking about a song called Calling You Mine. Wrote this song in the midst of some small town drama. I'll leave it at that. And aside from the mental angst that was causing everyone involved, myself, Mama, and especially baby girl, the thing that really just started getting to me in a way that I hadn't imagined that anything could was how not only it was affecting her mentally, but the physical effects that it was having on her. And I just kept thinking to myself, dear Lord, I could lose this amazing woman over this ridiculousness. And it got my head spinning, as it does. And just as with Take My Love from the first demo CD, this is strictly an imagined scenario, but one that shook me nonetheless. I was shooting for a very hollow, melancholy overall feel to the song. And as happens quite a bit in the studio, we had a couple of happy accidents. I had already laid down a couple of songs with my buddy George at this point, but although this is the first in the series, this was not our first session in the studio. We'll get to that one soon enough. The first session we laid down was a song called High Noon, one that I shot a video for that ends with a just say it ends with a shootout between me and my arch nemesis and best buddy sometimes, the Agape. We'll come back to that another time. Anyway, the two happy accidents that we encountered during the studio is while George was tweaking the monitors and the levels on my vocals, he accidentally nudged the reverb up just a little bit more than he wanted to, and definitely a lot more than I typically use on my vocals. And it added that exact thing that we were looking for, that just hollow, echoey feeling of longing that really needed to be there in the song. One of the other happy accidents is that once we got the levels down, we'll typically sit down for about an hour when we first sat down in the studio and just work through the chord progressions, the overall feel of what we want for the song. And then we'll go out and George will lay down, more often than not, an acoustic guitar while I lay down scratch vocals. And we use that as a framework to build the percussion, whether we want to do any keypads or anything else that we're going to add to the mix. As George started to play, I forget whether he had a hitch in his shoulder or in his elbow. I forget what it was. I really wish I could remember, because stories are all about the details. Anyway, he kind of made a false start. Started strumming, stopped, waited a bar or two, and then started all over again. And I kicked in with my vocals, and it really... How do I say this? I kind of felt like I was always on the verge of running out of breath. You know, I decided to shoot this video outside so you would not hear the birds chirping in the background that are always there, and were always there, in volume 1 of the video series. I have to introduce you to the next character. Come here, Tigo. Come here, buddy. Come on. Oh. Hey, everybody. This is Tigo. This used to be baby girl's dog, but apparently she said that since he's constantly on me everywhere I go, if I leave the house for even 5 minutes, he whines incessantly. So somewhere between when we first started seeing each other and where we are right now, this lovable creature went from being her dog to being my dog. His name is Tigo, short for, oh God, long story, Brewski to go. I may or may not tell you about that story another time. But anyway, I even wrote a song about this miserable little mutt called Tigo's Blues, and with any luck, we'll eventually lay that one down too. But in the meantime, in case you wonder where that sound was coming from, yeah, that was just Tigo. So I'm going to set him down now, Tigo. Say bye, Tigo. Okay, and we're back. So, if I could only remember where I was in the story. We laid it down and started tweaking some stuff. And George and I just kept looking back and forth at each other, saying, this kind of reminds us of something. It was a similar experience to I told you about when I laid down the song that sounded like the Hootie and the Blowfish song, and this is horrible because now I'm drawing a blank on my own song title. Give me a moment. 3, 2, 1. It takes my breath away. There you go. So George and I must have heard the same song because we kind of gravitated towards the same feel in it, and it really did fit the song. And it wasn't until after we were done and I had posted the song up online that Baby Girl's aunt. Do you mind if I finish the story before you chime in again? Good boy. She had posted how it reminded her so much of Chris Isaac's Wicked Game, and then I immediately, you're not agreeing with that? That doesn't work for you? I don't even like dogs. But yes, I got a hold of George and I said, the thing we couldn't quite put our finger on, what it reminded of, absolutely. It definitely gives you the same overall vibe and overall feel of Chris's Wicked Game. Anyway, that's a little bit of the story behind the song. Listen for the false start up front with the drums behind it. It's one of, again, I kind of have a soft spot for just about all of the songs that I've laid down, but this one is also up there. It's definitely one of my favorites. Hope it'll be one of yours. So with that, even though today is not necessarily Friday, I'm recording this on Cinco de Mayo, so technically it's Sunday, and if you're telling me that I shouldn't be wearing a casual Friday shirt on a Sunday, you should have seen the Friday and Saturday that I just had. Anyway, once again, this is White Panther coming to you from Tucson, Arizona, asking you to keep music in your hearts. And as always, may God bless you.
The last time I was calling you mine seems a long time ago. How you and I ever drifted apart, honey, I don't know. I'd love to throw it all away if just one day I could have you back here by my side. But that was long ago, when I was calling you mine. The last time that I looked in your eyes seems a lifetime away. How I ever let you out of my arms, honey, I can't say. If I could throw it all away to have just one day with you standing right here by my side, I know that lifetime away would bring a smile to your eyes. That's how you and I drifted apart.